My brother is 31 and my sister's 2 years older, so they kind of left the house at a earlier stage than I did, and I was kind of left with the divorce, and that was hard to be around. But, you know, you learn through it. You realize even bad marriages can teach you about what you want in a spouse, and so that's the best I can take away from it, is learning that the things I don't want and the kind of relationship I do want, and so even the bad ones can teach you a lesson. That's what I'm kind of trying to take with it. It's just like a feeling, and again, I think it comes from just the perfectionist side of me of even my best is not my best. So I think it's definitely learning a little bit more self-love and grace in that area for myself, is knowing that failure makes the best story, honestly, sometimes failure is what you need in order to figure out whatever's happening, whether it be at work or relationships. Like I said, with my parents' divorce, their marriage failed, but that's what I'm going to use to have a good one, hopefully someday. And obviously, with the pandemic, like no one can control that. But I just think with all the hate that came around the Asian culture because of this pandemic, is just absolutely horrendous and disgusting. And I just don't understand it. And it goes back to my point where it's like we're all on the same path. What goes through your mind to think you can talk to anyone that way? You know, we're all humans, and so I definitely think just kindness and empathy and just patience. And I think that's rooted in a lot of our policies and why we don't create certain policies. A big thing for me, especially growing up in the LA area, is homeless people. I just have an aching heart for them, and I wish there was more I could do personally for them, but I know it all comes down to policy. And unfortunately, our policy system doesn't regard them as life, and therefore we don't take care of them. And they had a story, they had a family at one point, they had someone, and something happened where it got them into that situation, and no one wants to be in that situation. And so just like the lack of understanding of how someone got there, rather than, I think we're too quick to judge and just see like, oh, he's a homeless person, probably did drugs or whatever. And I'm sure it goes so much deeper and there's so much more rooted, and if people just took the time to I'm sure listen to those stories and try to understand what they're going through, they would have a little bit more kindness and empathy towards them.